Hey guys, I just bought this 2025 GSX-R600 and yeah, gonna start making it look a little better. It's gonna be my second bike or my track bike since I got the S1000, but that's more of my touring bike, I guess. So this will be my second one. But yeah, it's currently winter outside. I just picked this bike up like 2 days ago. It actually still just has, I'll just show you guys, it has 1 kilometer on it. Turn it on for you. It's right there. 1 kilometer. That's the odometer right there. But yeah, today we're gonna take off this fender and replace it with an NRC new range cycle fender eliminator. I got it in this box. It's pretty excessive packaging, but it's a pretty simple fender eliminator because unlike the S1000, which has the signal lights built into the fender itself, on the GSX-R it's in the tail, so we can just take all this off and it doesn't really affect the lighting or anything. So we'll just need a place for the plate and maybe a plate light. So that'll be a lot simpler on this one. Pretty simple process, I think. We just got to take the seat off and probably this seat off. And I think in order to take the seat off, we got to take off these plastics right here. And that should be mostly it. So we're going to start off with that. To take this piece off, you just have to pull it off, which kind of seems a little scary. And it's literally held on by Velcro, like that. Just pull it off. The Velcro strips right there. 1 tab right here, little clip on that side. Just put that to the side. And there is 1 bolt on this side right here, and the same thing on the other side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Let's look at that. So this piece actually came off with the bike, or with the plastic, which is not that good. We'll just put that right back on there. Hopefully it stays on. Shouldn't have to come off a lot more times. Hopefully that's good. Seat should just come right off, just like that. That's good. So we also got to take the rear seat off, so you just put your key in that side slot there. Rear seat is off. And then we'll take these 2 screws out, and there are 2 pins on the bottom side. There's 1 right here, 1 on that side. We'll take those out and we should be good. There's 4 bolts on the bottom side here. I think if we take that out after looking at it, we might not have to take off these side pieces. Might still have to, but there's a chance we can make it work without it. So we're gonna try that now. So we'll take these 4 out and then see. They're 10 millimeter, like most things are on this bike. Perfect. So after looking at it, we do have to take this side piece off. I think we can get away with just doing the right side, as the power cord that's coming out of the license plate light is just going to the right side. So we'll grab a Phillips screwdriver and something to push that pin on that side, and should be just the right side. Okay, that should be it. Oh, there's another one right here. And voila. Perfect. So this white one here is the one for the license plate light. We're just gonna squeeze that and unplug it. There we go. There's one little zip tie here. We'll just cut that. We'll just pull that out through here. And this whole thing will just come right out. There she is. Time to replace that with something a lot better. Once you got the old fender off, you take this piece, the main plate. They provide you with bolts and spacers, so you put a bolt on the front ones and a spacer on top of that, and then you just lightly thread them into the holes at the bottom here, just by hand, a couple threads. Same on the other side. So after this plate's on there, I decided I'm not gonna run those spacers, so I'll take the spacers out just so it works better, or sits flusher in there. Otherwise there's like a little space, which I don't like. And this license plate light, which doesn't make a lot of sense. At first it sits like that with the NRC logo to the back, which would make sense, but the way it's bent, it doesn't really work on the bracket right there. So we have to take the light off, flip this around, and then this will go just like that, which makes more sense. And then we will put this light back on. So it'll be on this side, which doesn't really matter if it's on this side, the logo, because the plate will cover it up. And then we'll put this back through here. Actually, we'll take the spacers out first. So it is probably a good idea to drill these holes out a bit more, because these bolts will kind of bind, because the holes are just barely big enough for the bolts. But we'll try to make it work without drilling them out. So we'll just start these again. And then we'll put this light through here. Add up that hole where we pulled the other one out of, right up there. We'll just pull that through, and then we'll grab our other two bolts. That will go through here. We can pull this off if we need to, or away. So they will just go right through these holes right here. And all we gotta do is tighten that. And then once we're all done, we'll take this light, put it back on here, and we should all be good to go. So we'll just tighten this up. I got this all mounted here. It took a while. It would have been definitely easier if I drilled some holes in there. But as you can see, it doesn't quite line up all the spots. I'm not quite sure if I just need to tighten it more, but it's better than with the spacers for sure. So now I'll just put this light back on here. We'll take those two bolts back, put that in there. So these are the same nuts and bolts we'll use for the license plate, so we don't need to tighten them back up again quite yet. That should be it. So we'll plug this back in. That'll just go off to the side right here. Plug that back in here. And just do a quick test. And it works. That's all we need. So we'll just put all this back together, which hopefully shouldn't be too big of a deal. So this just goes right in here. This little pin goes to this side over here. And the only bolt that was in there came from there, so I'm not used to dealing with plastic pins since the BMW usually has bolts for everything. But just put that back in there. Put this one underneath here. Pop right in. Screw this one screw back in as well. After everything's put back together, last thing, we'll just put the seat back. With this one, I think we go underneath the top part, or back part first. And then we'll just put those bolts back in. Last thing, we'll put these side pieces back on. If I figure out, I think this one belongs on this side, so that just goes right underneath there. We'll just put this back in that hole. Let's give her a good push. there you go. Yeah, that was a relatively simple process. There's a couple of small things. I would definitely recommend not using the spacers. If you do have the drill bit, drill at the holes just a little bit, would definitely help as well. But yeah, it works way better. The wiring is pretty simple as it's just the one light. And big upgrades. I'll be putting on a couple more things on this bike, so that'll be a different video if you want to see that. Feel free to check those out, but yeah, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching.